Hey there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your week of February 14th, 2022. I just forgot where I was there. This is going to be looking at your energy coming into this week, some challenges and some outcome cards for you. We're going to clarify all those, then tie everything off with an oracle message at the end. This is for, of course, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cross watchers, you're welcome as well. Just know that the energies can get a little mixed up for you when you're cross watching, so be aware of that. As well, this is a general reading, so not all this may resonate. Wow, hope it resonates with you. Oh wow. Yeah, I hope this is resonating with you. If parts of it don't, or the message entirely doesn't, it's just not part of your message, so don't try to make something fit that doesn't. How are you doing, Sagittarius? This is looking beautiful already. Your energy here, we got the 8 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups here. Really good energy here. There's like a hard work after, there's definitely some hard work ethic here for sure with that 8 of Pentacles, really working hard to get to your dreams, of course, which are represented here by the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is your dream life, your dream family, dream home, all that good stuff, whatever your dream life looks like to you. So I feel like you're working hard to achieve that, or you've already worked extremely hard and have started to achieve it, which is beautiful. With that 2 of Cups here as well, could potentially be saying you've recently encountered, or you're working towards encountering, your soulmate, which is beautiful too. Or it could just be saying you're facing a decision here in the future, or you're currently facing a decision at this time revolving around your dreams and the things that you want to achieve in your life here. So that's really beautiful. So let's take a look at some clarifiers here, see if we can get some more details on this situation here, see what's going on. Oh, there's Leo flipping over the strength card there. Well, let's see what else we got for you. We've got the 4 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the Ace of Cups here. Yeah, Ace of Cups, that would lead me to believe you're definitely feeling some really strong positive emotions here at this time. So far, I feel like for a few of you, maybe you're either have just really kind of started a relationship with someone, or maybe you're about to here soon in the future, which is great. Especially that 8 of Wands as well. 8 of Wands represents passionate communication coming in. So I feel like that's maybe you reaching out to someone, or someone reaching out to you as well, that you're like, they feel very passionate about you and you feel very passionate about them. So that's really good as well. I really like that. With this 4 of Pentacles here, it's really telling us don't take any risks though. Like, don't do anything, like don't send a risky text or something like that. Play it all on the level, don't take any risk, ask them out, that kind of thing. Don't do anything crazy here. So I like that. That's really nice. This is a really good energy to be in here, Sagittarius. So let's take a look at some clarifiers for you. We just did some clarifiers. Let's take a look at your challenges. Oh man, I'm all messed up this morning here in the order of things, but let's take a look at some potential challenges you might be facing. We got that Queen of Cups coming in, Ace of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands as well here. Look at that. So your challenges this week might be there's a bit of a war between your emotions and your passions. It could be like, for those of you who haven't quite started this relationship with a person, it could be a bit of a tug of war where it's talking about them risky tasks. Those risky texts, right? You just be aware of them, right? With that Queen of Wands, because the Queen of Wands is the most sensual of all the queens, definitely the most passionate, and all that good stuff. But like, careful you're not sending the wrong message, right? You don't want to be sending the message that like you're not serious about this, and this is just kind of a fling, kind of physical thing, right? And it's kind of at odds with your Queen of Cups too. So don't try to like that puts people off so much, right? Like I've had people who have like talked to me, and it's hard too, especially where we're talking through, like, if you're talking through like a messenger of some sort, where it's like you can't actually explain yourself very well, and things kind of come off very different in text than they do in spoken word, right? So it feels like there's this kind of conflict between your emotional side of what like you want, where you want something serious. You like, we're talking about your dream life here. This is especially where the Queen of Cups is looking at that, like where it's really saying like we're we're kind of like, your emotional side wants something serious, but your physical side's like, hey, like, let's, you know, I want to party with this person too, right? So I just feel like you got to watch out for that. Make sure that stuff's in check. They're not at war with each other here. And with that Ace of Pentacles as well, I feel like this is potentially something very fortuitous. It's caught between those two, right? Is it an emotional serious thing, or are we going to like kind of throw that away to go for something a little more, a little less serious, a little more passion, right? So let's take a look at some potential clarifiers for this. See if we get a little more detail on this. We got the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, and the Two of Wands here. Yeah, definitely with the Two of Wands, twos again in tarot represent choices, and we have the Two of Cups back here. Again, there's another choice, right? How are you going to play this? Are you going to play this more serious, or are you going to play this a little more unserious, right? Like what is that going to be to you? With the Moon here, you know, it may look a little foggy too. Maybe they're coming off in the same sort of way. Maybe this isn't so much you're coming off, like you're coming off serious, but they're kind of coming off both ways, right? They're kind of being serious one second, then sending a risky text the next, right? Like, and with the Moon, you know, things may be a bit muddled there. Like you can't see, like you don't see everything. Like you don't see like the back end of stuff. You only see what the Moon's showing you, what they're presenting to you. Maybe in the background, they're sending a risky text as a joke, haha, right? But they really want something serious, but you're seeing it as like they're being inappropriate, okay? Or it could be the other way, where they're being very inappropriate and you think they're coming off as a joke, but, right? There's just, there is some confusion, some cloudiness here. With that Wheel of Fortune as well, the wheel is spinning. Which direction is it spinning in? Don't really know here, right? It's kind of like it wants to go both ways, right? So again, we gotta be careful of that. There's a lot of different, like, are we gonna play this? Which way are we spinning? What's going on? There seems to be quite a bit of confusion here, for sure. With the Moon as well, that's Pisces card, so you may have Pisces in your chart, or you might be dealing with a Pisces this week. It could be especially dealing with a Pisces because of the Queen of Cups, which represents the water signs, which would be Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So let's get into some outcome cards for you here, Sagittarius. See what we got. Before we doing something a little different here. I just recently started putting in like a song of the week into all the descriptions of the videos. So you may want to go give that a look after this. You may find a new favorite song, or maybe an old favorite might be popping in there. I listen to a lot of different stuff. I think we got Frank Sinatra down there this week. So anybody that knows me is like, Frank Sinatra, really? I'm pretty sure I usually listen to stuff a little heavier than old Frank, but I still listen to that stuff too. My taste in music is wide and varied. So, but your outcomes here looking really good with that Empress. I really like that because the Empress represents abundance, represents beautiful energy, represents a big time harvest, represents having a positive mindset of like, even if this doesn't necessarily work out, you will find another person and it will work out for them. I love that too with that Five of Swords, because it's saying like you are going to have success no matter what, whether it's with this person or another, things are going to work out. So don't worry about it, even if this doesn't necessarily pan out. I always like to say, rejection is redirection. Like you always, like if something doesn't work out with a person, a situation, something like that, you're being redirected to the situation or the person that it is going to work out for you with. So I think that's really beautiful. With the Eight of Swords here, if you wanted to work with this person, I feel like you need to be a little more restrictive with yourself than you may be first inclined to do. Whether that's, you know, being risky with the texts or something, or that's kind of, you know, being full frontal with like the emotions and stuff and kind of love bombing them or something, or kind of trying to be honest about like, you know, this is where I stand emotionally and stuff. Sometimes that scares people off, right? You come off a little too strong. So maybe if you want to subdue it, kind of reel it back a little bit, right? So I like that. But I feel like even if that doesn't necessarily work, again, you're getting pushed towards the person that it is going to work out with. So let's take a look at your clarifiers for this before we get into your oracle message that's going to wrap this whole reading up. And let's see what we got here for you, Sagittarius. All right. We have got the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords again, and the Eight of Cups. So yeah, I feel like for a lot of folks, with that Eight of Cups especially, things may not necessarily work out, but that's okay because we're moving towards bigger and better things. So don't worry about that. Like, which is great too with that Queen of or the Empress as well, because the Empress, it has that abundance mindset where if this doesn't work out, that's okay. I'll always find another person, or I'll find my person, right? It doesn't have to be this guy. There's plenty of other fish in the sea, or this girl too. Doesn't matter. Whatever you're attracted to, of course. So that Eight of Cups is just saying, like, it's okay. Like, you're playing with house money, right? So don't worry about it. With that Eight of Swords repeating again, I feel like kind of restricting yourself, not being so forthcoming is going to help you out here if you do want to make this work, or if you're kind of putting your hedging your bets to make this work here as well. With that Eight of Swords as well, maybe you kind of overreact sometimes when things don't work out. Maybe tone it back a bit, right? Like, again, have that abundance mindset, not a scarcity one. And with this Nine of Wands, I feel like you're free to play whatever. Like, this satyr here on the Nine of Cups, he looks pretty relaxed there. He's just having a good time. He's playing his music by his tree, whatever. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it, whether it works out or not, right? Like, I wouldn't worry about, like, stressing out, because that's just unnecessary, right? We're kind of in the fun introductory phase, so don't worry about it. So let's tie this all off with an oracle card here, see what we got for you. Hopefully this has been resonating. If it has, you can always hit that like button down below. You can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way you can find, oh, we got a popper for you. But that way you can find these videos every week more easily if you subscribe to the channel. So we got the Elephant Spirit saying, learn from the past, number 25. Let's see what we got here for your oracle message. We got the Elephant Spirit. Although we often wish we could leave the past behind, the Elephant Spirit reminds us that memory matters. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us traditions they have shaped to express our connection to each other and respect for the community. What has come before informs what we are experiencing today, and we must never forget our legacy of strength and dignity. The Elephant Spirit appears with the message that we are to acknowledge all that which came before and learn from it. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we are going. The stories of the events you experience, the stories of our collective memory, and the stories of relationships you have had can be told many ways. What will the story tell? What story will you tell? The Elephant Spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in you a sense of power and dignity, for you have honored yourself by choosing to learn from the past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and grow. So I feel like this is definitely going to be a teachable moment for you this week. Whether it pans out one way or the other, I feel like either you're going to learn from the past of this didn't work out, you're not going to worry about it, and you're just going to move on. Whereas maybe before you would have stressed out and worried about it, you'd be like, let maybe my potential future partner, my soulmate get away, and you might really beat yourself up about it. And I feel like this is kind of be like, no, you're going to learn from this and realize that it is rejection is redirection. Your person's still out there. You're going to find them. There's an abundance of chances you have to find this person. Or it's going to go the opposite way, and we're going to have that Eight of Swords here where you're going to be like, you know what, I learned from past interactions I had where maybe I scared some people off, maybe I, love bombed a little too much, or maybe I came off a little too, flirty when I was looking for something serious, right? And, we're going to tone that back, and now I'm in a relationship, and it seems like things are going the way, positively, and this could be something very beautiful here in the future. But I feel like either way, you're going to learn from the past, you're going to learn from past experiences, and you're going to grow here. And this is going to be a big growing week for you one way or another here, Sagittarius. So I hope that helped you out. I hope that resonated with you. You want to help out the channel, hit the like button down below. Helps out a ton. You can subscribe to the channel as well if you really like what I do here, so you can find me easier every week. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. And I'll see you next time.